Hello everyone, it's Dazzling One, and this week's discussion is on how the movie The Justice League, as well as the first Avengers, shows Revelation 9, 1 through 12 in it. And before I get into the topic discussion, I just want to inform you all that there is a live stream planned for Monday, January 15th, and we'll pick up where we left off on week 14. I apologize for neglecting to post in the community tab, answer any emails, messages, or comments. It's been a really eventful winter break, a lot of life changes, and I'm on my last semester of college, so I'll have to juggle that with everything going on. But getting into the topic, I'm going to start by reading from Wikipedia the description of each movie, just the first paragraph, to show how similar they are to one another. Thousands of years ago, Steppenwolf and his army of parademons attempt to conquer Earth through the combined energies of three mother boxes. They are foiled by a unified army that included the Olympian gods, Amazons, Atlanteans, mankind, and the Green Lantern Corps. After repelling Steppenwolf's army, the mother boxes are separated and hidden in locations around the planet. That sets up the premise of why Steppenwolf is even trying to come back to Earth in the first place. It's because he wants to take over it by unleashing hell on Earth by unifying these boxes, and this is where the Justice League needs to come in and save the day. And if you haven't seen the Justice League or the Avengers and you don't want it spoiled, you might want to watch this video after. For the Avengers, the Asgardian Loki encounters the Other, the leader of an extraterrestrial race known as the Chitauri. In exchange for retrieving the Tesseract, a powerful energy source of unknown potential, the Other promises Loki an army with which he can subjugate Earth. So very similar premise. Loki also wants to take over the world, and he's gonna need the help of some type of extraterrestrial, otherworldly force, and he also needs some type of cube to do this. And it's interesting, we see the Tesseract, these mother boxes, goes back to this whole Saturn worship, this whole significance of the black cube. And what really stands out to me in the movie The Justice League is that Steppenwolf's army of parademons look like locusts. And in Revelation 9, it talks about the locust army that's led by Apollyon or Abaddon. And it's my opinion that Steppenwolf's character and Loki's character represent Apollyon or Abaddon. Steppenwolf has horns, Loki wears a horned helmet. This is very interesting. If we look at Revelation 9, 1 through 12, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there rose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. And unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses, and prepared unto battle. And on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as 1,000 chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name is in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. 1 woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter." So we get a description of the locust army led by the angel of the bottomless pit, Apollyon or Abaddon. And it's just so similar to me in what they did with Steppenwolf's character. Some take a more metaphoric or figurative approach to this and say that what it's describing is some type of war with military weapons. I take a more literal approach here. I do believe that we will see supernatural manifestations in the end of days. And I feel like a lot of these movies They're obviously based on mythology. A lot of them do take from the Bible, but they're also used as predictive programming and conditioning. So when we see some of this unfolding, we can think in terms of the movies. A lot of people have pointed out the transhumanist agenda within superhero films. For instance, Cyborg is half man, half machine. You have the gods and the goddesses in the Justice League. You have Diana, she's the goddess Diana. You have Aquaman. You have the mutants like the Flash. You have aliens like Superman or fallen angels. And then you have the billionaire Batman. And what's interesting about this is you have this billionaire man trying to team up with all these mutants and heroes that he unifies to help protect the world. It doesn't seem like a bad thing at first. It seems pretty noble. But what I find interesting about it is he's trying to preserve the world as we know it. And I feel like, in a sense, it's kind of a metaphor for what we're seeing in real life. We have the elite who run the world, who want to preserve the world as is and stop the judgment of God when it does happen. And there will be an army put together against Jesus Christ and his heavenly host that will be comprised of fallen angels, of Nephilim, of transhumans, and even some humans involved. And why would they want to preserve the earth as is? Because they're benefiting off of it. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of inequality and injustice in this world. And these movies are conditioning us to be totally for that. So if there was a fake alien invasion, if there is transhumanism, we just look at it as, oh, this is like that superhero movie or this science fiction film. And it's not to say that you shouldn't watch these films, but I do see them for what they are. And it's very interesting when you really dissect what it's all about. I also found it interesting that in the Justice League movie, Steppenwolf, he was defeated by a combination of these groups coming together. And in a way, Steppenwolf, he's the bad guy. And we see in Revelation 9 that there's this Apollyon, Abaddon character. Many have said he might be a watcher because they're the angels that are known for being locked within Tartarus or Sheol. And that might be the case, but he's also being used, this angel, for judgment. So even if he is evil, he's being used for that purpose. I'd like to know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think this is just a movie? Do you think they're conditioning us for Armageddon and for the end times by sending messages through these films? And I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you either on this coming Monday's stream or in next Wednesday's video. Take care and God bless.